testing means, okay, Lord, is this me or is this you? And really trusting that God's going to give an answer to that. To do this really takes surrender. Not my will, but yours be done.
Can I witness? Like today we had the deacons meeting and I was praying. We asked everyone to pray and I was praying. If the decision making, because I was, we have to vote today. So I was praying that if it's from the Lord, from the Holy Spirit, it's going to be 100%. Can be like 2 to 1, 3 to, and it came like 100%. So I was like, I kept the vote and showed it to Richard. So I felt like it should, to me, I think it should be that way. Individual.
It shouldn't be a majority vote. It should be a unified. And if we can't all agree, well then it's time to take a step back and
Step back and pray.
We move by what we call consensus. Consensus means what we all can agree upon. And if we can't agree upon it, then it's time to take a step back again and pray about it and let the Spirit lead. And again, one of the things on this is that when you say test the spirits, look for the fruit. Is there love? Is there peace? Is there patience? Many times when the church gets in trouble is when we become impatient, when we're not patient. Maybe right? Then we start reaching out. Many churches have tried to do something because, we need to do something. Well, what if God says to wait? Well, we need to do something. Well, we're doing something. We're waiting. Waiting is a verb. It's not a verb people like to hear. Just like at the restaurant business, people don't like to wait very long.
But they have to.
That's why you have appetizers.
Yes.
So that while they're waiting for their food, you can give them something else to eat, right? I notice restaurants, they have their way. Would you like something to drink first? And then I'll come take, they kind of have a process. So it's like, now, okay, right. I go get your drinks while you look at the menu. I give you your drinks, and by that time you've decided, and then I'm going to get an appetite. You got it. So you keep people busy the whole time, so they don't feel like I'm waiting, right? But with God, it's like, hey, God says if we wait, He's happy. If we're waiting for God, God's happy. That should be enough for us. Because anything beyond, if we go ahead of God, we go without God. We want to be with Him, and all that. And looking at that from Acts chapter 2. These were 120 people who stayed in an upper room for 10 days, devoted to prayer. I don't know what they prayed. They probably didn't know what they were doing, because just before then, they were saying, Lord, okay, are you going to reestablish the kingdom of Israel now? They didn't understand what Jesus came to do yet. Okay, so when they prayed, they were praying in ignorance. They didn't know what to pray for, except that Jesus told, wait for the Holy Spirit. Okay, we'll get that part right. We're going to devote ourselves to prayer. It might have just been. There might have been 120 people praying. There might have been a lot of people that weren't saying anything, But then it came time that God brought forth the Spirit, and waiting was His idea. And for some people, like that, waiting means doing nothing, but that's not true.
Praying. Waiting.
And sometimes, and it's important in prayer to include times where we're just still before God. You can't hear someone else talking. I can't hear what Jack's saying if I'm talking all the time, right? Because my ears are closed. I'm listening to what I'm saying. In the same way, it's hard for me to hear what God's saying if I'm consumed with my thoughts all the time. So I have to take a step back and even listen. And be content with, if God doesn't say anything, that's okay. That's like we bring up a whole other string of questions and
How do you reach
speaking
people
out.
that God speak to you?
That's a question for another day.
Okay.
So I think that will, yeah. How do we know when God's speaking to you? That
How
way,
you know, but how you convince, how you tell other people that God speaks to you?
Without-
I should give you a book.
Yeah?
There's a book about that.
let's go ahead and close with prayer. Father, thank you for this time here. Thank you for your Spirit. Thank you for your salvation in Jesus. And Lord, as we just want to approach all this as learners, none of us knows everything, and we're all dependent upon your Spirit. I just ask, Lord, that you would just continue to fill us with your Spirit and grow us more and more to become the people you want us to be. In Jesus' name.
Amen. ขอบคุณครับ
Done.